Welcome, Gemini. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for June the 29th through to July the 5th, 2015. My name is Tilly, and welcome to Tarot with Tilly, and thank you for all the support you give me each and every day. Truly, thank you so much. Now, let's get to the cards because, wow, what beautiful cards you have. It's going to be a fabulous week. Now, there is transformation here. There is a little bit of really, it's your thoughts, it's your perceptions that we really have to work on. But we start with the Empress. We start with the Empress. So you are charming this week. You are magnetic this week. There is a beauty about you. You radiate. You radiate power, influence. If there was ever a week you wanted people to buy into what you're saying, this would be the week. Now, use the energy of the Empress. And we also have, who else did I see here? The Queen of Cups. So definitely use, with the Queen of Cups there too. You know, she's kind of, I'm kind of associating her with more of a motherly kind of love this week, more than it is romantic love, although there could be romance coming in, absolutely, with the Queen of Cups here. But I think, you know, you have to be nurturing to the people that are around you. Listen to what they have to say, and not necessarily be swayed by what they're saying, but at least take it into consideration. At least allow them to have their say. Make sure that their voice is heard. Okay, the worst thing you can do is just not pay attention to what other people are saying around you, not taking into account what they are saying. And I'm not saying to lean towards what they're saying or to change your thoughts or your actions to go with what they're saying, but listen to them. Make them feel like they matter. I think it's very important. I mean, the Empress doesn't get to be the Empress by shutting the door on what everybody's saying. She sits there and she takes in what everybody is telling her about their kingdoms and what their needs are and what their desires are. And then she makes the final choices based on what she thinks is best, not what they think is best. But you kind of have to do it with, I don't know, I think you have this charm, this beauty this week. Okay, especially with the Empress. Now, she is new beginnings. She is birth, rebirth, getting new ideas off the ground, getting people to buy in to her way of thinking, and being happy about any changes that you implement. So I think that you have a very persuasive way about you this week. Absolutely. With the Empress there as your first card. Now, the Knight of Swords and the Two of Wands, you know, you might want to be very direct and very outgoing and very, I'm going to do it this way and it's my way or the highway. And the Two of Wands shows that there could be an imbalance by actually using the energy in that way, that you really have to go with the flow of things. It's almost like you know, we have the Seven of Cups. It's what are you cultivating and everything. So I think that you kind of know the truth about where you want to go, where life is taking you, what direction you want to go in. I think that's very, but don't be the thunder in the creation of it all. Allow the universe, allow God, allow your angels and spirit guides to lay out the path for you. Okay, with the Two of Wands, especially here. Okay, it's really talking about going with the flow of the experience, not worrying so much about the little details. This is definitely not worrying about the little details, keeping your eye on the big picture. But we do have the Knight of Swords here leading the way, and I mean, you've got your sword raised, you're rushing into the battlefield, and you're yelling charge. So I mean, you do have this enthusiasm, you do have this energy about you this week, and so you kind of almost have to temper that energy a little bit and go with the flow a little bit more and allow things to open up naturally rather than you forcing the experiences to happen. Okay, I think that you will just hit roadblocks and it's going to turn out right anyways, so there's no sense in charging through the experience. And actually these cards are laid the other way on the board so you can see it properly for yourself. Okay, so you're really being drawn in So allow things to unfold naturally this week. I think that you will, if you pay attention to your intuition, if you pay attention to your wisdom, and really take your own advice, but allow it to flow freely this week. I think that you will get a lot farther on your path this week by tempering that energy a little bit of just wanting to rush into the battlefield and saying, this is the way it's going to be, my way or the highway. I don't really think with the Two of Wands there that that's going to be the best approach. You might still get everything accomplished, but it's going to be a harder road for you. Now, we do have the Three of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Tower. So transformation, transformation. What are you cultivating? And it is all about the people in your life. But with the cards the way they're laid, I would almost think that you're going to make some great connections with people this week. It's like your vibration is higher, your light is shining, and like-minded people will be attracted to you. It could even be new people in your life, definitely friends and family. People will buy into what you say. Um, Trust your intuition, okay? What are you cultivating? Okay, so that really has to be the question that you ask yourself when you are dealing with people. What are you trying to create going forward? What is the path that you are trying to open up for yourself? Is it career? Is it stature in the community? Is it in the workplace? Is it within the neighborhood? Is it love? But I think that you really have to ask yourself that question each and every time before you start speaking. Okay, and I think that with the Three of Cups here, I mean, this is joy, celebration, happiness, like-minded people. They've got your back. They're buying into what you're saying. So a little bit of thinking about what you're going to say, maybe being the diplomat a little bit, especially when it comes to negotiation, stuff like that, because the Tower, and especially the Tower being the end card here, tells me that you've already been through a lot of the pain, a lot of the sorrow, a lot of the setbacks, and now it's time to go forward. Now it's you explode. I mean, look at the rooftop. It is exploded right off there. So it's a little bit of the Knight of Swords energy again, right? You're feeling empowered. You're feeling strong. You know where you want to go. I mean, what are you cultivating? So you know what your dreams are, you know what your wants and your desires are, and you're ready to go forward in them. Now, the only thing that, we have the Eight of Swords here. So be open to other people's perceptions. I think I started saying that with the Empress because she was right above this card. Okay, it's your thoughts that could be your worst enemy this week, or your lack of perception. Now, just once again, if you just take it back for a second, if you're the diplomat, if you ask yourself each time, what am I trying to cultivate within this conversation, within this group of people, within this relationship or this association or this partnership? I think then you'll have a much clearer avenue of how to choose your words properly, how to really get people to buy in. Patience is a virtue this week, I think, for you. I think patience is a virtue, and I think patience might be something that is not really, it's going to have to be something that you stay very conscious of this week in order to use the energy to your greatest advantage this week, okay? Because I think almost your lack of perception or your lack of really listening to other people and understanding where they're coming from so that you can understand what motivates them, so you can understand what words to choose so that they buy into your way, your wants, your desires, because it really is, I think, a beautiful path. I think you've got the path firmly set out, and I think it's right. So I don't want you to be swayed by other people, but you really need to keep everybody's opinions in check and what they want going forward so that you can make your case strong so that you can have that buy-in, that you can, I mean, you have this charm, you have this charisma this week, definitely with the Empress, and you are starting the new beginnings this week. Absolutely. Just be cautious of how you go about it. I think how you use the energy. We also have the Queen of Cups here, and I touched on her very briefly at the very beginning. I'm almost getting this motherly sense of her. Um, so it's your caring, it's your caring about everybody, and you wanting to create that perfect world that makes your path so beautiful going forward. And like any parent, like any mother, patience is a virtue, and your love leads the way. Your understanding, you're taking in their worries, their concerns, where they're afraid, and you explain it to them on how they don't have to be afraid and how they can trust in you and move forward, with a beauty, with a happiness, with a joy. Absolutely. With Three of Cups here, you're definitely moving forward with people with happiness and joy, celebration, perhaps even. Now, this could also be love coming into your life, or the empowerment of love in your life. So if you are in a relationship, that bond is going to be your empowerment this week to really set some things in stone, to really move forward on your path the way you want to. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.